Okay, so here's question 7. So I guess one way you can do this is to think about actually putting an actual number. Okay, so I'll show you what that means. So I know that this much is true. Which there's 200. You start with 260,000 sheets of paper, right? Now, let's just say they worked for one day. Okay. How many sheets of paper would you have left? Well, if it's only one school day, let's just assume there's only one school day. Well, it would be 260,000 that you started with minus how much you use in one day. This is how much they use in one day. So how much would you have left over? So it would be definitely it would be 258,000. Excuse me, 500 sheets of paper left, right? Now let's say that the school year had 2 days. Well, if it's 2 days, well, I know it's every day they use 1,500 sheets of paper, right? In 2 days would be times 2. So we would subtract 3 days. 2 days, I'm sorry, which is 3,000 sheets of paper. And that would leave you with 250,000 sheets of paper. And so forth and so forth. So I'll just do one more. Let's say the school year had 10 days. So 1,500 per day times 10 gives you 15,000. So in 10 days, they would use 15,000 sheets of paper. So how much would we have left over? So here's 260,000 minus 10 days of school days, right? And in 10 days, they use 15,000 sheets of paper. And we would have 245,000 sheets of paper. Okay, I put a comma there. So you get the pattern, right? So in order to figure out how much paper you would have left over, you would first multiply the number of sheets of paper that you use per day, which is in this case 1,500 per day, times the number of days. So if there were like, I don't know, let's just pick another one, 100 days. In 100 days, how much paper would they use? Well, it'd be 1, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. They would use 150,000 sheets of paper, and you would take this value and go, well, this is what I have at the beginning of the year. And then after 100 days, this is how much I used. And that whatever I would have left over, which would be 210,000 left over, right? So forth, so forth. And so, but as an expression, the problem is here is that I know I'm giving you imaginary number of days here. 1 day here, 2 days here. This was what, 10 days. This was 100 days. So the equation here, okay, how many sheets of paper are left after D days of school? So, so your equation describes S, the number of sheets. So how many sheets of paper are left? Well, the number of sheets that are left over, here's the equation, S, okay, left over. In order to find out how many sheets are left over, I'm going to take 260,000, right, 260,000 minus 1,500 multiplied by the number of days. Okay, so S represents how much left over, right? And to find out how much is left over, I would take whatever I had in the beginning, which is 260,000 minus 1,500 times the number of days. So again, if this is what you would have to replace. So again, I'll do another one here. So 260,000, let's say the school day had 2 days, I would put in my formula would be 1,500 times 2. Order of operation tells us that we have to do that first. 1,500 times 2, which is 3,000. And I would get 250,000. So S equals 250,000 sheets of paper left. So my equation is this one. Okay. Let's work on 8. The Georgia Company ships peaches in wooden boxes. An empty wooden box has a mass of 2.5. The peaches have an average mass of 0.5. Which expression M? So that M, the mass of total box of peaches in terms of P, the number of peaches in the box. So, I want to find the total. So M represents the total. To find the total weight of this box. So here's a box, right? And it's going to have peaches inside. I know what the box weighs. The box weighs 2.5 kilograms. So the total mass for sure is going to be 2.5 kilograms. right? Because that's the box, an empty box. If it had 0 peaches, it'd be 2.5 kilogram plus 0 peaches, right? And what would be the total weight of this? It would be 2.5 kilograms because there's no peaches inside. But guaranteed weight so far is 2.5 kilograms because that's just the boxes. But obviously, it's not going to be shipped as an empty box. So here's your box again. And inside, we're going to put peaches. However many we can fit inside, or however, So the total weight of this box is going to be for sure 2.5 kilograms, which is the mass of the box, plus 0.15. So if it was one peach and one peach only, it would be 2.5 kilograms plus 0.5 kilograms, right? Plus one peach, and that would give us 2.65 65 kilograms, right? Because that's one peach added to that. If it was two peaches, so why am I doing that? If it was two peaches, it'd be the weight of the box, 2.5, right? Plus, and it would be 0.15 times 2, which gives us 0.30, right? And I would add to 30, and that would give me the total mass. If it was 3 peaches, I would multiply 0.15 times 3. If it was 4 peaches, it would be 0.15 times 4. So my equation to find the total mass of this box, which stands for M, so M, the total, to calculate the total, is the mass of the box plus the number of peaches. So it's going to be 0.5 times however many peaches. And that's, I'll write it here, I'll put it here. That's my equation. Okay, the total mass is equal to the weight of the box plus the number of peaches inside. Okay. 9. Translate. Okay, so the total cost. So I want to find the cost. So back in the old days, we actually used to go to stores and rent videos. We didn't have services like Netflix. So if you wanted to watch a video at home, you'd actually have to go to a store and rent that video out, a physical videotape, and take it home, watch it. But you had to pay a fee. So here it's saying what would be the cost. Well, the cost of it would be to rent it is $15. So you paid. What was the name of the store? Blockbuster. So there was a store called Blockbuster. Okay, you would go to this store and you would rent videos from there, and you had to return it after a certain amount of days. And if it was late, you pay a late fee. It was a whole mess. Anyways, so but in order to, be able to rent movies from this place called Blockbuster, I guess I don't remember, but you had to pay a membership fee. Okay, so you had to pay every month $15 to Blockbuster. That gave you the right to go into that store and rent movies. Okay, now, so your total cost per month was for sure $15. If you rented 0 movies, you still had to pay $15 because you're still paying for your membership fee, right? So for guaranteed every month, Blockbuster would charge you $15. Plus, now if you went in there and got 1 movie, you would pay $2, right? What if you rented 2 movies? Well, it'd be 2 times 2, right? Because each movie is $2, would be $4. Now you pay $15 for your monthly fee plus $4. What if you rented 5 movies? So it'd be 2 times however the number of movies, which is 5. So 2 times 5 is 10. So now it's 10. So let's say for that month of February, you rented 5 movies. Well, each movie was $2, so your total was $10 just for a movie. So how much is your total? Well, $15 for the membership, $10 for the movies for the movies fees, and you ended up paying a total of $25. But here's the thing: I don't know how many movies anyone is renting, so we can write an equation here to calculate the total cost. So your total cost is going to be based on 2 things. The membership fee, which was $15 no matter what, plus you're going to pay $2 times what? The number? Oh, actually, they didn't call it M. They call it R. Times the number of video rentals. So over here is the number of rentals that you did. So if you did one rental, it would be 2 times 1 plus 15. If you did 2 rentals, it would be 2 times 2, which is 4, then plus 15. If you rented 20 movies that month, well, 20 times 2 would be 40 plus 15. And that's how you would calculate your total cost. Okay? Number 10, health club. Okay, again, you know what? Sometimes I forget that you guys don't really are at that age where you're paying for things yet. Well, you're going to learn it one way or the other. So here we go. A health club. Same idea, same principle as the video rent. So a health club, we want to find out how much you're going to pay every month if you go to the gym. So this particular member health club is charging you $10 just to belong to that gym. You got to pay $10. But that's not only it. Along with that, every time you go to the gym, you got to pay $5. So it'd be $10 plus. If you went to the gym only once, which is probably a waste of money, you would pay the $10 for the membership fee plus your one visit, and your total would be $15. What if you went to the gym, you decided, you know what, I'm actually want to work out, and you went to the gym, I don't know, 20 times. Well, it'd be 20 times 5, because every time you go to the gym is $5, so that'd be 100, right? So it'd be 10 plus 100. And your monthly cost would be obviously 110, and so forth. So what's repeating over and over and over again? Well, it's $10 plus 5, and to calculate your total cost, you multiply 5 times the number of visits, and we'll call this V for visits. So if you did 5 visits to the gym, well, it'd be 5 times 5 plus a 10. But if you went to the gym 30 times every single day of the month, well, it'd be 5 times 30 for each visit plus the membership fee. So here is your equation. $11. Where they all have cheese. If a hamburger costs $4.50 and cheese additional 85, write an expression for the total cost where the burgers can change, but where they all have cheese. Okay, so if they all have cheese, okay, so you're ordering a burger, right? It's $4.50 plus 85 cents for the cheese. So the actual cost of your burger is $4.50 plus 85 cents, which is $5.35. This is what your actual burger will cost. Well, let's not call it a burger. Let's call it a cheeseburger. So to find the total cost, so let's say you and a bunch of friends of yours go. Let's just say you went to the place by yourself. How much would you pay for that cheeseburger? $5.35, right? Let's say you and one more friend went. So now you're ordering 1 cheeseburger each, so total of 2. How much would you pay? Well, it would be $5.35 times 2. What if 3 people went and each got a cheeseburger? It would be $5.35 times 3. So here it's a little confusing because they give you the price separately, but in essence, it actually means that each cheeseburger is $5.35. So your expression is actually not as complicated as the other one. It's $5.35. So your total cost that you if you want to calculate how much you're end up paying for all those burgers is going to be $5.35 times what? Times the number of burgers. So if we eat 1 burger, if B is 1 burger or 1, it'd be $5.35 times 1. You pay $5.35. If it's 2, it'd be $5.35 times 2, which is going to give you $10.70. If it's 3, you would replace the B with 3, and you'd do $5.35 times 3, and so forth and so forth. So the expression for this one is actually just this. Okay? Let me know if that's okay.